So if there's one spirit above all others that Mexico is best known for, it's tequila.
And today we're going to be exploring the home and birthplace of the drink in the state of Jalisco, the appropriately named town Tequila. So the town of Tequila can be found about 60 kilometers northwest of the city of Guadalajara, and just like the city of Tlaquepaque, it's another one of Jalisco's Pueblo Mágicos. In 2004, the town and the area surrounding it were actually designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the popularity of tequila and the history behind its creation.
The easiest way to visit is probably by car, which will take about an hour from Guadalajara. There are also plenty of tours available that will take you to the town, as well as the famous Tequila Express, which takes tourists on a beautiful train ride from Guadalajara through Tequila Country. The train is incredibly popular though, and only runs on weekends, so expect to have to book at least a month in advance.
However you decide to make your way to the town, you'll be sure to notice the endless fields of blue agave stretching into the distance. The plant is native to this region, so it's an incredibly unique landscape to enjoy as you approach Tequila.
But before we get to exploring the town of Tequila, we're going to be doing a short hike from the north of the town out to a popular beauty spot called Cascada Los Azules, which is a series of very pretty waterfalls. It's a really short hike, not very long from the north end of Tequila. So yeah, we're going to work up a little bit of a sweat, and then hopefully later on we'll be able to cool ourselves down with a nice cold drink in the town itself. So this hike was definitely not the easiest.
If you know your way and you know where you're going, it's quite easy, but it's still very steep.
It's like a maze when you're going down. There's a lot of different routes you can take. There's no signs or anything, so it's really hard to figure out exactly which direction to go in.
Yeah, just wear like supportive shoes, like trainers at least, not like flip-flops or anything, even if you want to swim in the little pool in front of the waterfall.
So yeah, now we're going to head into Tequila and hopefully refresh ourselves a little bit. The bustling mountain town of Tequila is filled with sights to see, food to eat, and of course plenty of tequila to drink. You can walk around the cobblestone streets to the main plaza, which, on the day of our visit, was filled with stands selling all sorts of tequila drinks. We knew we couldn't leave the birthplace of tequila without trying some, so we ordered two popular cocktails, a batanga and a cantarito.
There was also a mariachi performing on the bandstand in the main square who was creating a great vibe. So we just sat sipping our cocktails, which were salty and spicy, but very refreshing, whilst we soaked in the atmosphere.
We then made a quick stop at the famous Jose Cuervo Distillery in the center of town. Jose Cuervo is one of the most famous tequila manufacturers in the world, and their distillery in tequila is the oldest in Latin America. This comes with a price though. If you're looking for a distillery tour, it will set you back about 440 pesos per person, which is about £16, so it's not cheap. As you'll see shortly, you can get the same experience for a much better price elsewhere, so we had a quick look around the gift shop before heading on our way. So, similar to how champagne can only be produced in the Champagne region of France, tequila can only be produced here in the Tequila Country of Mexico. So that includes the state of Jalisco, which we're in, which is like the heart of Tequila Country, but also some of the surrounding areas as well. And it has to be produced from 100% blue agave. So make sure you check the label when you're buying it and look out for things like made in Mexico or 100% blue agave on the label so that you know that it's 100% genuine tequila. So yeah, I think it's about time we try some for ourselves. So we've come out of tequila now and we've come to the Tres Mujeres Tequila Factory, which is just outside of Amititan. We're going to be doing a little tour around the facility to see how tequila is made.
It's quite cheap to enter. It's about, we paid 50 pesos each, which is quite good. So we're just waiting for our English tour guide, which is great. At least we understand what's going on.
Yeah.
This plant takes 7 years for it to be ready for the process of the tequila. For the harvesting, a person called El Jimador, he's going to be in charge of removing the leaves. Each agave weighs from 10 to 50 kilos, and from 8 to 10 kilos of agave, you only get 1 liter of white tequila. After the Jimador cuts all of the leaves, he's gonna chop the agave in half, bring them here to the factory for the next process. That's gonna be the cooking. The cooking takes 48 hours. After the 48 hours, the workers have to remove the doors and wait another 24 hours so the agave can cool down. For the next process, that's gonna be the shredding. All of the agave go through that first machine that's called the shredder. And it's gonna go to those machines that are connected where they're gonna add a little bit of water to extract all of the juice. All of the juice that's gonna be extracted runs through that pipe on the floor and it's gonna fall in a hole that we have over there. That's because in fermentation we get 2 types of alcohol. That's methanol and ethanol. What we need to drink is ethanol. That's because if you drink methanol, you go blind and so die if you drink too much. All of the juices that got fermented, they're gonna go in this container. Each alcohol is gonna evaporate at different temperature. Methanol is much denser. It evaporates first. Tres Mujeres collects the methanol and sells it to other companies. You can reuse it for a type of fuel like for your cars, for perfumes, whenever to drink it. Okay guys, the first tequila that the factory offers you is the Blanco, the white one. This is the one that comes straight out of the distillation. Some people think that the white tequila is like the worst of them all because it's much cheaper. That's not true. All of them have the same quality because at the beginning all of them were white. I'm gonna serve you guys, don't drink it till I say so please. Tres Mujeres only has 2 types of servings. That's with fear or no fear. You guys came a long way, you have to drink it with fear.
Yeah, no fear.
Okay guys, I'm gonna show you a simple breathing technique so tequila won't burn that much. First, you have to take oxygen through your nose, hold your breath, drink the tequila. When the tequila touches your stomach, you're gonna exhale slowly through your mouth. Simple as that's gonna change a lot the flavor of the tequila. It's gonna be smooth, much smoother, and it's gonna be like that harsh to swallow.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay guys, the next tequila the factory offers you guys is the Reposado. For a tequila to be called Reposado, it has to be inside of a barrel from 2 months to a day before it reaches 1 year. This one's gonna be a little bit softer, it all depends on your palate.
Yeah, that one's like way less, doesn't hit you as much.
Which one do you guys prefer, Blanco or Reposado?
This one for sure.
Reposado, what about you?
Yeah, I think so.
There are only 5 classes of tequila. Blanco, the white one. Joven, a tequila joven is less than 2 months inside of a barrel. Reposado has to be from 2 months to a day before it reaches 1 year. Añejo has to be from 1 year to a day before it reaches 3 years. And extra añejo has to be from 3 years, so we have no more tequila, okay? That's the last class of tequila, extra añejo. There are only 2 categories of tequila. Tequila 100% agave, or tequila. The class tequila or mixed tequila is made out of 51% sugars from the agave, 49% other types of sugar. Those tequilas were created for cocktails. They're gonna be less expensive than the 100%. And usually the mixed ones are the ones that give you hangovers because of the sugars that were added. A 100% tequila is not supposed to give you a hangover unless you drink 1 liter by yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you mix it with another liquid that contains sugar.
So So we just finished our tequila tour and it was really, really good. It was only like the three of us. It was basically a private tour, so it was really, really cheap, and the guy was really good at explaining everything. We hardly had any questions because he was so clear about everything. We tasted different types of tequilas. We learned like how they make the tequila from the plant all the way how it gets into your bottle. So it was a really good experience. We loved it.
Yeah, really interesting. Definitely worth trying to get the English tour, because he said the Spanish tours can be very, very busy, but the English tours, you usually get the tours all to yourself, which is really nice. And also a good tip is to come to this Tres Mujeres distillery just outside of Amititan instead of going to the Jose Cuervo distillery in Tequila. The Jose Cuervo one is like worldwide well known, so it's a lot more expensive. This Tres Mujeres one, like 50 pesos each, which is, you know, about £2 each for the tour. So it's very, very cheap and definitely a lot quieter than the busy one in Tequila.
And then we come like towards the end of the day because it gets a bit busier during the day anyway. So we came right around 4 o'clock this afternoon. It was hardly anybody, so we could have the whole place for ourselves, which was really nice. So after learning how tequila is made at the distillery and probably drinking a few too many samples, we wanted to explore a little more of the area surrounding tequila that makes up the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And there was one spot in particular that we were most interested in seeing. Welcome to Guachimontones, everybody. This pre-Hispanic settlement is actually about an hour's drive from the south of Tequila. It's part of the larger UNESCO World Heritage Site.
So it is the main site of the Tehucatlan tradition, which was an ancient civilization here dating back to about 300 BC, and whose main area of influence was around the Tequila volcano in this area of Jalisco. Guachimontones is a really significant site as it's home to the only round step pyramids in the world. Unlike many ancient Latin American civilizations like the Maya and the Aztecs, who built their pyramids in the usual square stepped style, the Tehucatlan pyramids are stepped but circular in design.
It is believed that the structures were used in ceremonies to honor a wind god, which included an impressive ritual ceremony where a priest would climb to the top of a large pole placed at the top and the center of the structures to pay respects to the god.
The site is massive, but it's estimated that currently only about 1.3% of it has been discovered, and that at the peak of the civilization it was inhabited by almost 40,000 people. As you walk around, you really get a sense of the age and the history of the people who lived here. On top of that, the backdrop to the location is equally as impressive, with the Tequila volcano dominating the skyline behind and beautiful views of the valley in front. Plus, the entry fee is only 30 pesos per person, which is equivalent to about £1.50, so it is an absolute bargain compared to some of the other ancient sites in Mexico. So they were very nice actually. We were hoping to do a tour, but there's actually only Spanish tours, no English tours. What they did was they took us into the cinema and we had like a private screening of an English movie where we could like learn all about the culture and the history of the place and everything. So we kind of got a good idea of what happened here, and it was nice because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to understand because there's no English tours.
From admiring the endless fields of blue agave to the ancient ruins of long lost civilizations, and of course sampling a little too much of of the drink the region is famous for, Tequila Country has something for everyone, and you must not miss a trip here if you come to Jalisco. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to help our channel, and we will see you on our next adventure.